Let's add JEI compatibility to our Minecraft mod. If you want to go deeper, the 26.x modding courses are linked down below. 30 plus hours covering complex block entities with fluid and energy handling, custom mobs, custom networking, and even custom biomes and dimensions. Everything you need for 26.x all in one place, linked down below in the description. Alright, my friends, back in there's more, and in this tutorial we're going to be adding JEI compatibility to our Minecraft mod, and that means we are going to JEI right here. So this is of course going to be linked down below, and we're going to add JEI so that we have compatibility with it, meaning that if a user has JEI installed with your mod, they're going to be able to see the recipes of our custom recipe type via JEI. That's going to be really cool. And for this, in the GitHub repository, you go to the JEI developer wiki right here, and then 26.2, that's exactly right. And then here we have the first one, which is the repositories. So we want to take everything in between. So both of the mavens, you see that I don't take the bottom one over here because the repositories are already in there. So we copy this. So I press Ctrl+C to copy it, go to the build.gradle file, and up here, there's the repositories. So I can put it in there. You can see both of the mavens. And then for the actual dependency, that goes under the dependency, and we will take this right here. NeoGradle is correct. For NeoForge, that is correct. So we're going to take both of those as well, just adding them right here inside, as you can see, the dependencies. And of course, now we don't have neither the MC version nor the JEI version as Gradle properties, which we're going to simply add over here. While we're at it, we're also going to update to 25 over here, 25 beta. This is not strictly necessary, I would say, but still it makes sense because this is right now the newest version that I have available, and usually you should update to the newest version. In order to find out what the JEI version is, you could probably go to JEI, but in like on CurseForge, but here we can also go to the mod maven dev, search for Mez right here. So this is under Mez, JEI, and then we go scroll all the way down to JEI 26.2 NeoForge, and you can see the newest version is 30.9.0.57. There we go. And then this is how it would look like, right? So we have some dependent properties or dependency properties right here, 26.2, and then the JEI version, and now those also turn here violet in this case. So we can now run the sync Gradle changes, right? Or if that doesn't appear, in sync all Gradle projects via this button right here. Might take, you know, a couple of seconds or up to a minute or so in order to download everything. And then once that is done, we can proceed to do all of the JEI stuff. All right, there we go. Build successful in 26 seconds. And let's take a look. So in the tutorial mod package, we're going to make a new package over here, and that's going to be the compat package, meaning of course compatibility. Inside there, we'll need two new Java classes. The first is the mod JEI plugin class, and then a second one, which is specific for our recipe. That is the crystallizer recipe category. We'll have to sort of run around the loops anyway, so we'll just start with the mod JEI plugin, what we can add over here, and then we'll go through the recipe category and then back to the plugin. It is what it is. Above the class, we're going to add the add JEI plugin annotation, and you can see if this is not available to you, obviously then JEI is not properly added to your project. Highly recommended to then, check out the Gradle properties again, and then you can see. For this, we're going to have a couple of things. So the first one is a private static recipe map, and this is going to be the recipe map over here equal to a recipe map.empty for the time being. I'll talk about the recipe map in a second. It's very weird. It's very strange. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure why we need it, but there we go. We'll copy over a couple of methods over here, but generally speaking, it should be fine. So the first three methods that we're going to copy over is at the very bottom of the class. So of course, as always, the code is all available to you down below. And then, the basic setup over here is always going to be the same. And then adding stuff is going to be super straightforward. So the three methods, or actually kind of two classes, because it's two static classes within this class that we want to copy over, as well as the create recipe holder type method. So we're going to just get those over here and I'll explain. So what you have here is, also this should be called sync recipes. I'm not 100% sure why, there you go. But the general idea is as follows. So we have two static classes over here that are basically for data pack synchronization over here, and then recipes received. Why is this the case? For some reason, as I understand it, in the latest version, I think it's 26.1. I'm not 100% sure. It might be 26.2, but basically in one of the latest versions, Mojang decided that why would the client ever need to know about recipes? Doesn't make any sense. So that's why we have to synchronize this ourselves. I think that JEI might have already gotten a like a system in place for this that we wouldn't need to do this, but I haven't found anything because the documentation is lacking, to say the least. This is going to work though, so that should be totally fine. And then we need this very strange created like recipe holder type over here for the second thing that we need, and that is for each of our different recipes, we need a public static final I recipe type of type recipe holder of type and whatever the recipe is. In our case, the crystallizer recipe. I'm gonna call this crystallizer equal to the create recipe holder type method. And then here, this is just the name of what it is. So this is crystallizing. There we go. And that's gonna be okay. So that's gonna be those different things. Then next up, we can implement the iMod plugin interface over here, which is going to add us at least one more method. I'm gonna change the position of this though to the very top over here. That is the plugin identifier. So this is just gonna be identifier from namespace and path with tutorial mod ID. We're just gonna say JEI underscore plugin here in this case. That's gonna be okay, and that is gonna be fine. And then we have, well, in theory, like 4 registration methods to overwrite, and then 1 helper method to copy over. We'll first of all get the helper method over here towards the bottom, and then we'll already overwrite the methods, but we're not gonna add anything in them because for that we'll actually need the type as well. Well, at least for one of them, but let's just see. So we're gonna have a register categories over here. We will also overwrite the register recipes over here. Absolutely. That's going to be the second one. Then we have the register GUI handlers. Absolutely fantastic. And the final one is the register recipe catalysts. So those are the 4 registration methods that we wanted to overwrite. And as you can obviously also see, the helper method over here for the get recipes is from occultism. I've seen this, basically they have done this like that, and that works totally fine. So there we go. There is apparently also an internal class that somehow does this, but I wasn't able to get that to work. So we're just doing it like this. Should be fine, but we'll see this in a second. First of all, before we do any of the registration, we're jumping into the crystallizer recipe category over here, which is going to be a little bit more involved, but also not too crazy. Also, once again, copy over, individual parts of this, but we'll see. This is going to implement the I recipe category. That is exactly right. Of type recipe holder of type crystallizer recipe. Let's hover over this to implement the methods. You can see quite a few of them, but don't worry, they're actually way more straightforward than you might think. And then let's see. We'll have 3 fields that you can find over here. There's going to be the texture. This is the texture to the GUI that we're going to display. Then an icon and an overlay. We'll see exactly what those are in a second, but generally nothing too crazy. We'll make a crystallizer recipe category constructor over here with an iGUI helper over here. This is correct. We're going to call this the helper. And then inside, very straightforward, we want to basically do this.overlay is equal to helper that create drawable, passing in the texture, and then 0, 0, and then 176, and then 85 is the height that I've calculated. And then for the icon, we're going to do this.icon equal to helper.create drawable ingredient. That is correct, with vanilla types of item stack with a new item stack of modblocks.crystallizer over here. There we go. And that's going to be creating the recipe category. So idea being, the overlay is basically the texture that you're going to, overlay on top of the JEI GUI that gets drawn. And then the icon is just the icon that you're going to have specifically for this specific type of recipe. So in the recipe type right here, very straightforward, mod JEI plugins.crystallizer. The component is just component translatable. We can do block.tutorial.mod.crystallizer. Absolutely fantastic. The width is going to be 176 and the height is going to be 85. The icon is just going to be icon, crazily enough. And then the final 2 that are important is the set recipe, and we also want to overwrite the draw method. Within the draw method, we can say this.overlay.draw, passing in the GUI graphics, and then 0 and 0. That's going to draw our overlay. So this is going to draw our custom GUI in this case. And then in the set recipe method, that is where we set, hey, this is where the input should be rendered, and this is where the output should be rendered. Super straightforward. Builder.add slot. We're going to say this is of a recipe input ingredient input, recipe ingredient role of input. There we go. This is going to be at 54 and 34. And then we're going to add to it recipe.value.input item. So we're going to render the input item because of course we have access to the recipe right here. Very straightforward. And then here in the add slots where we're going to do the recipe role of output, we're going to do 104, 34, and then we're going to add the recipe value, right? So once again, that one, and we're not going to do the input item. Instead, we're going to obviously do the output over here. And that is literally it. That's going to set up so that every input item, well, it's going to take every single recipe and it's going to say, okay, the input item is going to be rendered at this location and the output item is going to be rendered at this location. Now you're going to say, where do you get those numbers from? Well, obviously, number one, you can look into your menu over here and you can see exactly those numbers right here. And of course, the other numbers here are from your own GUI right here, where of course, you know, this is what is this, like 54, right? So this is 54 in the X direction, 34 in the Y direction, and the same thing goes right here, boom, boom, and that's where the numbers come from, obviously. The rest of the numbers, I highly recommend you test out, you know, different width and heights, because in theory, we wouldn't need the entire width to display this particular type of recipe, but that is going to be okay. That's the recipe category class actually done, and we can now register everything here, and then we're almost fully done in this case. Registering the category is just registration.add recipe categories, new crystallizer recipe category, and then passing in the GUI helper. Absolutely fantastic. This is obviously going to at least like enable us at all to even have our custom recipes to show up. Then we need to basically give it access to the recipes. We're doing that with the register recipes. So registration.add recipes for the crystallizer type, then this.get recipes, passing in the synced recipes, and then our mod recipes.crystallizer type.get. Then in the GUI handlers, we're going to do a registration of the click area over here for the crystallizer screen class. It's going to be at 74, 30, 22, 20, and this is going to be for the crystallizer type right here. That is going to make it so that when you hover over, roughly speaking, the progress arrow over here, you can click on it and it's going to show you all of the different recipes for this particular machine. That's pretty cool. And then finally, the catalyst is going to be a registration for a crafting station. It's going to be crystallizer, and there's going to be a new item stack for mod blocks.crystallizer.as item over here. I guess we can also just do this, I think. Yeah, there we go. And the idea here is that you can then also press U on the crystallizer, and it's going to show you the crystallizer recipes. One very important point here is that if you were to add now another like recipe, right? So you wanted to have another recipe, you would need number one, another I recipe type. You would need that recipe's category, right? So that one, and then each of the different lines over here would have to be done again for each of them, right? Not the method, just within the method, another registration. And then incredibly importantly, at the very bottom here on the data pack sync, each one of your recipe types has to be added to the event. So you would just add it like this, right? So you just add it because this is sending recipes. You can add as many recipe types as you want. So you would have to add it like this. Extremely important. If you don't do that, then it's not going to work and not properly synchronize. With this done though, we actually have everything that we're going to need via the annotation over here. It's going to do all of the rest. So I would say let's jump into the game and see if it JEIs. Alright, finally back in Minecraft, and first of all, you can see that JEI is successfully added over here, and if I go in and I hover over this show recipes, well, isn't that already interesting? It is indeed, and you can see this is how it looks like, and I can, well, go through over here, I can save the recipes as well, I can bookmark them, that all works totally fine, right? If I go here and press the U button, like what are the uses? Look at this crystallizer, boom, I can press the uses of the goji berries, I can press R, how is this made, right? I can press the uses, I can press R, so everything here works exactly like would expect it to, and this is how it looks like. Absolutely fantastic, and that is JEI over here added to our Minecraft mod. Absolutely fantastic. All right, and that's gonna be it for this tutorial right here. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you also to the patrons and the YouTube members for the support. Don't forget, if you join as a Stonebricks member on YouTube, you can get up to 14 days of early access, including this video right here. We'll add world generation basic setup. Hope to see you there. So yeah.